Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy CLT here again with another weekend series in the LoLMidwest Fall Sweat League. This is a Week 3 matchup between Group B teams. We have Ninja Turts on the red side and Free2Play 2.0 on the blue side here. So this will be my first time casting Free2Play. They are a new team to the server, new team to the league this split. So hopefully we get to see them showcase their talents and see what they can do here. Ninja Turts, this will be their second split in a row with us. Led by the GOAT himself, Mr. Nexus, as he was just on earlier today casting a series. The man is a legend in the casting booth here, so gotta show Nexus some love here. But yeah, so we are on the YouTube here. We do have 5 games this weekend. You heard that right. Out of the 6 series that can be played a week, 5 of them are today. You have 7, 8, 9, and then 1 was earlier. So two at 9. So if you are looking for those series, I can't guarantee they're all going to be casted. We are going to do our best. I might grab one of the 9 o'clock ones. We shall see how I feel. But there's just too many on Saturday. Yet again, every team is scheduling on Saturday. Seems to be a theme growing here. This split, so yeah, we don't talk about the other series. Yeah, I glimpsed into it, but I did not catch all of it. I went to the alley and drilled up some new rocks going into winter tournament season, so that's where I was at. Thank God Nexus was happy enough to grab that, because I can't cast everything. So I believe Herwick will be grabbing one of the 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock series. He'll be on the Twitch channel. That's why I moved over to the YouTube. I have no issues using the YouTube channel here. But that's enough blabber from me, if you were already not sick and tired of it from the Midwest Weekly yesterday. So yeah, looking at the draft here, we see a couple target bans going around. Lux, Zig, Syndra, Akali taken away from the mid lane. York from the top lane. Lee Sin also getting taken away here. So, Free2Play be wanting the Mel, which is quite interesting. This champion has a lot of counters and isn't in the best of spots, but isn't in the worst of spots. I think for the most part she's pretty balanced. She has clear weaknesses and clear advantages here. But B1ing that is really nice if you're familiar with the champion and you're very disciplined with the W. Turts then respond with Yunara, Orianna. Orianna, a great answer to Mel. Can definitely gets pushed around in lane just because Mel does lane like a poke mage, but if Orianna can dodge some of the poke and return damage, Orianna can play that lane pretty gracefully here. And followed up with the Jarvan after Corki Wukong was picked for the side of Free2Play. So Jarvan and the Wukong is quite interesting. You interrupt the flag and drag. But the Orianna Jarvan combo is pretty nice. Also, Orianna kind of dips into a little bit of Enchanter qualities here, which Yunara really loves. And then we have another ball delivery system coming out after the second banning phase. We'll see if that gets locked in. Well, they switched over to another ball delivery, so we definitely see the theme for Ninja Turts here, playing around Sam Ladd, the mid lane here, and Nexus the GOAT taking the Alistar. So we'll see how this goes. You have a lot of peel, but you're pretty short-ranged here for Ninja Turts. You do have Corky, which is also like pseudo-short range here. The Leona getting picked is quite interesting here. I thought you had a world where you could go like a Janna or a Nami, something that can at least try to peel. As Wukong can go both ways, though he has to be much more graceful with the interrupts as peel. He's definitely more suited for engage. And let's see what Free2Play picks in this top lane. And this is a pretty nice pick here. I think this is probably the best response you could have had for Ninja Turts' comp here, is kind of just separating them, as Mordekaiser can 1v1 the Alistar, can 1v1 the Orianna. Jarvan, if is behind Mordekaiser, can 1v1 here. So this is a very, very nice pick overall. Let's see Ninja Turts going with the Gnar here. So trying to keep this Mordekaiser down is the way to go here. Gnar just being a pretty meta, pretty stable top laner overall. We've seen a lot of Gnar this split, so I'm pretty happy with both drafts. I think Ninja Turts definitely drafted with a purpose here, and I like what they do here. That's one thing I'm really seeing from a lot of teams here, is instead of responding, trying to mesh together a comp, they come in with just a clear direction for their comp here, and you can definitely see it's just a lot of engage, a lot of ball delivery, a lot of just CC and disruption to try and frontline for the Orianna and the Gnar here. At Free2Play, they have a little more difficulty built into their comp as far as execution wise, but they have very strong lanes and very, very good initiation themselves, but they're also fairly mobile and defensive in their spells. So I think their comp is quite interesting. It's not the most peel or disruption heavy into what Ninja Turts is throwing at them, but I think they have some decent responses here. The Mel is probably the one thing that seems to be out of place. She really doesn't have anything worth deflecting here. I mean, the most punishment you're going to see from a deflection will be maybe Gnar Q, just because if she does deflect it, she eliminates the Gnar Q, which means there's no pickup or bounce back, so it does go on a fairly lengthy cooldown early. But they have very strong lanes, and Turts still needs to scale into this game, get to their 1 to 2 item spikes, and then I think they can definitely do a lot of damage and a lot of stuff in these team fights here. So Tango Fish, we got a Tango Fish fan here. Yep, they are on the blue side. Tango Fish, I believe, is the 80 carry for Ninja Turts here. So him on the Gnar, he's going to have a lot of pressure put on him with this R1 Gnar. That's a very early Gnar, and a lot of resources given to him by picking it very early here. So this will be quite interesting. I am not on the Twitch channel here, so we do not have any ads or anything playing like that. I will probably mute during the delay here, just to go get a drink and just something to snack on while we get through this cast here, but glad I could bring this to you guys. So if this series does get done quick enough, not saying I'm hoping for a quick 2-0, but if it just does happen to happen, Um, I might cover one of the 9 o'clock series. We will see. Um, Again, I'm hoping this goes to 3 games and it's just an absolute banger. But just throwing that out there, as I might cover one of the series. So you might see 4 out of the 5 get covered today. I love covering series for these teams. They're all super nice and super respectful here, but they understand that, with everything going on and how many series are going to be, that sometimes it won't happen. But yeah, so that is enough of that. Let's go over here. I wasn't informed of who was on what side, so we will swap these names out just to showcase. So yeah, Free2Play 2.0, a fresh brand new team that just joined the server. This split here, Ninja Turts has been pretty active, especially helping us with a lot of the content. Nexus is an absolute, just one of the nicest guys you're ever gonna meet, and I mean that when I say that. Him and Sam Ladd have been helping us out with the casting. Nexus, probably familiar to a lot of the Rec League fans that are tuning in to watch some Sweat League here. He was on the Midwest Weekly for the Rec League, and was absolutely goated over the summer to do that. So yeah, Nexus is family around here in this Midwest server. He's a good dude. So, but we are on a spectator delay here, so I'm going to mute here for the last 2 minutes. But if you guys are alive in the chat, give me who you think's going to take this game one here. Looking at the comps. Load up here for these teams. You go ahead. Scoreboard's actually good. So, just everything looks good.
seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Ooh, music. Forgot to pause the music. Alright. I'm so glad Spotify will do that from your phone. Alright, here we go. With Free2Play on the blue side. And Ninja Turts on the red side here in a Group B matchup. This is a pretty big matchup as a Free2Play coming off a loss against Team 3 and Ninja Turts having, I believe, the week 2 bye. So they're trying to continue the 2-0 season, but if both teams looking to make a push towards the 3rd seed here, the tiebreaker, the head-to-head, will be pretty big. So every series matters in this short regular season here. So Samlad doing a pretty good job overall, trying to space out Check Hunter on this Mel versus Oriana. Samlad bringing the phase rush is quite interesting. I don't necessarily fully commit to that thought, only because you're the team comp going forward. So I think having the utility from Aerie or even Arcane Comment is fine. We got Mr. Buffa, though, getting a first blood here in the top lane. I thought Mordekaiser was a fantastic pick into the Ninja Turts comp, but if he's going to get off to this kind of start, this is going to bode very well for Ninja Turts. So both junglers also pathing top to bot here, so not going to be much response overall. The other thing to note is neither top laner burned summoners in that. We do have some poke back from Check Hunter. Mordekaiser, unfortunately, not able to get anything on that back either. Had to TP the lane, so Boots longsword advantage to Mr. Buffa in that lane so far. Everything else is pretty even. We do have an engage coming out from X-Cuddy, but Nexus pelting him back, getting the stun off here. Oh, but getting all in here as Wukong was in the area. And so a nice return kill. Woohoo in the area. Getting his flash burnt. Wukong also burning his flash. And Gunman also burning his flash. So a lot of summoners burned for the side of Free2Play here. They're just going to try and push this wave in. So Tango Fish has to stay here and clear. Nexus back on the map, though. Everybody is backing. Nexus has a chance of stopping at least one back. And does. X-Cuddy with that Q, though, burns the Aftershock. Tango Fish in the area. Nice E from X-Cuddy. So, Guilty Free getting off a really nice trade here in the top lane. But here comes the Jarvan here. Guilty Free does have his flash up. So let's see how he wants to play this. Woohoo does get the knock up here. Mr. Buffa, though, having the flash and will end up falling here. So Gnar using the flash. Woohoo also letting him push that wave in. So that's another wave down for this Mordekaiser. He's now going to be almost 2 waves down in experience. So Mr. Buffa is going to have himself a nice experience lead going into these level 6 power spikes when you get your ultimates. You see Tear the Goddess coming out for Shek Hunter and Gunman here, so definitely going to be a mid-game scaling type of spike for the two carries here. We do see the bot lane fighting quite a bit here as Nexus and X-Cuddy both going in onto the AD carries and CCing them up. Gunman having to burn the barrier though. Nice flash coming out of Shek Hunter. Samlad burning the ult here. Samlad having to flash away. And Shek Hunter ends up getting the solo bolo into Samlad. Woohoo. Not getting snared up. Shek Hunter, though, trying to do their best, but ends up returning some damage on the Woohoo, and that's it. Wukong, though, is in the area, but Woohoo will end up going back. Big level 6 all in coming from Mr. Bufa, though tanks the turret shot. Nexus with some cowbelling here in the mid lane. So, they were the first to 3 kills, so they will get the feats of warfare. So, one of the first 3 feats taken overall. I do see Samlad also going for the Tear of the Goddess here, so both mids are going to be on similar power spikes. I will say this is kind of the part of the matchup where Samlad has to be careful here. As Mel, once she gets into that level 4 to 6 range, is pretty strong here and can get a kill, as we've seen the solo bolo on the Samlad earlier. But Samlad having to keep the pressure up here. Woohoo does have the level 6 here, and nice combo coming out of Woohoo and Samlad. Yeah, we were talking about the ball delivery system going into this draft here. Nexus is level 4 here, but X-Cuddy trying to defend his vision here. Nexus takes out the first pink ward, and he lays down the second one, and they end up getting the second pink ward here. But X-Cuddy, though, with a nice little combo from Leona, she can take out the wards if placed in front of her. And that's exactly what happened there. So, a little bit of fighting over this Tribrush vision. Shek Hunter does end up taking one of the Void Grubs here. So, 1-1 on the Void Grubs. All in coming out of Wukong onto Woohoo here. And the Wukong Mel combo will end up taking out Jarvan and gets the second Void Grub here, so that is 1 mark in the objective feats for the side of Free2Play here. Plate does go down. Sorry, plate does go down bot lane here. So, a little touch of gold going over to the Free2Play bot lane. Some trading coming in the mid lane. Samlad doing a pretty good job here, dodging a lot of the poke. All in coming out from Mr. Bufa. Once the E got missed here, Samlad taking quite a bit of poke from Shek Hunter. I think that is Emax, right? That is Emax Mel, so nice little golf clap coming out of the caster booth here. Level 6 coming out, stunning up Tango Fish. Tango burning the barrier already, but Gunman going all in. Tango having to flash away. X-Cuddy takes a turn shot, but Nexus doing a very good job keeping his 80 carry safe. Note, Nexus has done a lot of roaming, so hasn't hit that level 6 spike yet. So, all in all, looking at the game state right here, 10 minutes, 3 kills to 5. Note, the feats of warfare did go over to blue side here. About a 1,000 gold lead for the side of Ninja Turts. No one has made a posture towards the dragon quite yet. We do see Crab was taken by Jarvan here. Jarvan Flash R and Oriana's Flash and R will be up here for this dragon fight. So Shek Hunter will have his Flash up pretty soon here. It's actually up now. So summoners for the mid jungle duo will be here for this dragon fight. All in coming out for onto Tango Fish from X-Cuddy as his ult was already back up. And that's a kill going over to the bot lane. Ult coming out. Oh, that was almost very well played by Shek Hunter, but he could not complete the ult animation. And Sam Ladd and Woohoo get a kill onto this mid lane here on the Shek Hunter. But Wukong starting up this dragon here, and let's see what happens. Blue team will secure the Ocean Drake here. Woohoo, though, trying to go in for the steal will end up costing him his life here. So 2 kills back for the side of Free2Play, but there was a kill mid lane in favor of Ninja Turts here. So we are now 5-6. 2 objective feats, though, checked in the box for Free2Play. So third one will net them the full feats bonus. Do note some of the first items are coming out. We see the Eclipse coming out here. Oh, oh my, the fake Flash coming out from Nexus, trying to beat some people up, but could not keep them off there. And Nexus maybe going with a double kill here? No, ends up backing off. So the Hex Flash, that was the name I was thinking of. So the Hex Flash came out a little late and ended up knocking away X-Cuddy right when the E lands. So Leona still got pulled over the Tango Fish. So we do see that this bot lane for Free2Play is not afraid to pull the trigger when this Leona ult's up. This Leona ult has a very, very small cooldown. You know, it's almost about 60% of the way done on cooldown. We see a massive CS lead here in the top lane with all that action. Mr. Buffa, though, getting pushed in. And Guilty Free, though, pulling the trigger on the ult here. Ends up brawling with Mr. Buffa quite well, but not much left here. Nexus, though, does not have his R up, so he ends up going in. And Mr. Buffa gets netted another kill here. So we're going to start to see the top side of the map versus the bot side. We see an attempt here onto Samlad. And he ended up forcing to flash away. We see first turret does go to Mr. Buffa on the top lane here. Nice dodge out from Woohoo here. A few more stacks. Oh, and the Mel stacks were not enough. Oh, we see that the whole feats got taken over to the side of Ninja Turts here, so maybe they were the first one on the 3. Samlad does not have ult here, but Tango Fish left unchecked here, doing his best, ends up getting the kill here on to Wukong. Shek Hunter, though, ends up trying his best here to get out, but is unsuccessful here. So that ends up being a 4 for none in favor of Ninja Turts. What was an insane sequence over this blue buff here. Oh, nice little CC combo there. From Woohoo and Samlad here. So the mid jungle for Ninja Turts playing very well here. Had a couple of small hiccups through the laning phase, but no, now that the map is opened up, they're allowed to play this to perfection here. Gunman getting a little bit of a trade on to Nexus. Arresto, what's going on, bro? I see you over there in the chat. Trying to peek in here before your guys' series, I see. Which, by the way, good luck tonight. So, objective bounties did come up, I believe. Yeah, they did actually spawn on the turret right before it was taken. So, that was an objective bounty going over to Free2Play off that turret. Samlad getting a little bit of poke out of Shek Hunter. So Shek doing his best here to try and poke out. This is just not a really big damage build for this Mel. But all in coming out on the Tango Fish here as he ends up getting basically one-shotted here. Guilty Free ends up TPing into the fight here. Ninja Turts, though, doing their best to fight back, and they will, as Nexus is still here. Oh, and big combo coming out of Shek Hunter to take down Nexus. So it ends up being a 2 for 3 overall in favor of Ninja Turts here. All coming out from Woohoo. And the double kill for the Jarvan here as they clean up the Wukong and Mel. So that ends up being a total of 4 or 5 for 2 in that extended sequence going over the Ninja Turts. As now they have about a 6,000 gold lead here in game 1 at the 18-minute mark. A little more cowbell coming out of Nexus here. So we do see Trinity Force completed on the Corki. He was the recipient of a couple of these kills, so it's still not doing too bad. Forced to go the Ninja Tabby though, which is a little bit of a feels bad. Nexus taking a decent amount of damage here. X Cuddy getting caught out though. Tango Fish popping the ult off and trying to bounce around these fights. Guilty Free, though, here as well. Nice big knockup coming out of Nexus, but not going to be able to net him anything. Gunman trying to gun down Tango Fish here. Shek Hunter's ult does not land anything on the Woohoo. So a nice little sequence coming out of Free2Play. And they do have 2 of the 3 grubs here. But, with that being said, Mr. Buffa is down in the bot lane playing his farming simulator here. And gets the tier 1 and tier 2 during that whole sequence. Note, he's 6-0-5, by the way, with a fully completed Black Cleaver. Just quite interesting. Shek Hunter, though, getting stunned up. And ends up having to burn the Leandry shield to survive this all-in from Mr. Buffa. Oh, nice overall pull from Guilty Free. Ends up going after Samlad here, but Samlad kiting this away quite well. And the siege continues here for the side of Ninja Turts as they pick up the mid-tier 2. see a bow coming out of Mr. Buffa. Is this potentially a Wit's End or Blade of the Rune King here? I think that would be really nice to continue the split push. And they are going to do their best to protect the Otacon from getting stolen. Nice zoning overall here. Otacon will fall over to the side of Ninja Turks. X-Cuddy, though, finding himself caught out. Trying to get some vision there, but I think you just give that up once Wukong gets out of there. Upgraded boots coming out of Mr. Buffa here. Went with the MR boots, so looking to keep opening up this map here against Mordekaiser. The double recurve bow tells me that he's going after a Wit's End, which is also some much needed MR here. Note that pink ward does not see the red ward right above it. That is quite interesting. But we're seeing a 2-level lead in topside, a level lead mid, I'm sorry, in jungle, 2-level in mid. Bot lanes are pretty even for the most part here. 2 items now completed for Tango Fish. You do have the Mirror Mana coming out of a Gunman. So this Corki will start hitting hard with the ults. I do like the upgraded boots coming out of the top side of the map here, especially the defensive ones. I think those you can upgrade early and you get a lot of value out of that shield overall. But Dragon was started up here for the side of Ninja Turts. We'll see how this goes. TP is coming out for Samlad. Mr. Buffa, though, is already positioned into the backline. Samlad trying to find his way into here. Redemption does come out for Nexus. Guilty Free going after Tango and will end up taking him out here. So that's a big power spike neutralized here for Ninja Turts. Guilty Free, though, does end up getting taken out. Gunman and X-Cuddy were also taking out on the backside of this fight, so ends up only being 1 for 3 overall. And Samlad will end up taking out Wukong here as well, so I'm just seeing a lot more coordination coming out of this Ninja Turts team, so far. You know, a lot of proactiveness with the Samlad TP, with Mr. Buffa looking to start this fight, and using Dragon is just kind of a bait. So we're starting to see a little making of a Flame Horizon. I know it's not in lane here, so it's not a true one. But yeah, a touch of a Flame Horizon happening in the top lane here. As Guilty Free Souls got picked on quite a bit in this early game. Mr. Buffa making pretty bold moves here in this topside jungle. And the shutdown goes over to Shek Hunter here. Second proc of the ult onto Nexus here. Guilty Free also in the area. Rylai slow coming out. Nexus having the burn ult. Samlad with a nice Orianna ult overall. Here, X-Cuddy having to back away here. Woohoo trying to EQ in, but ultimately gets stopped here from Shek Hunter. So Samlad with a big Orianna ult to basically make that fight in their favor here. X-Cuddy, though, getting caught out, transitioning over here. And Shek Hunter, though, ends up getting Samlad belted to his face over here. Sheckhunter gets another one back here. And Gunman ends up finding himself going out as Tanglefish switched targets and went over. Sheckhunter trying to do what he can to carry these fights, but it's just not enough here. Samlad doing what he can to try and zone out Guilty Free here. Wukong is coming back in the area. Baron at about half completed. Samlad getting ulted from this Wukong and ends up getting solo killed by the Orianna in his ult. Double kill coming out, and with that space getting created, they're jumping back onto the Baron. Note, both Samlad and Tango are pretty low here, but Mr. Buffa just looking to 1v2 this. Did not grab the Q, so it's on a pretty big cooldown. He does not have Mega Gnar available here, and Mr. Buffa will end up falling over to the Wukong here. Nexus trying to do his best, but them buying time for the rest of their team to get the Baron here, so Mr. Buffa ends up treating himself for the Baron objective. Jarvan Press took basic art augments. I'm gonna take your word and say it's a TFT reference. I have not played much of this TFT set, so. So overall, 13 to 27 here. Feats of strength taken overall for Ninja Turts here. They're up by 10k on the gold. They are down in dragons, but overall they have a control of a lot of this map. I mangled a joke about him not pressing R. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying now. I just wasn't familiar with that specific augment. I've played a little bit of TFT recently, because I found a couple comps I'm enjoying, but I don't know this set inside and out like I do some of the previous ones. Oh, nice all-in coming from X-Cuddy, though, onto Samlad. Redemption does come down. X-Cuddy will get taken out, though. So, X-Cuddy pulling the trigger on a lot of these ults from his Leona pick here, which is what you gotta do, but it just, again, it feels like the free-to-play team is just not really 100% on the same page here. Sheckhunter, though, having 3 items, but this has got to be one of the lower damage Schmel builds I've seen, but also, like, everything in front of him is so pocketbook heavy that he's going to have a hard time doing damage. Excuse me. It just does not take much MR to persuade from what Mel wants to do. And he really has no access to the backline either. So, this is a very, very tough Mel game. Mr. Buffa taking the Raptor with the Gnar Q, swinging. X-Cuddy, though, finding himself in a world of trouble again, flashing over, but finds Mr. Buffa. And Samlad will pick that one up. Samlad with a nice, quiet 11-1 and 11 scoreline for this game so far here. X-Cuddy, though, being the one to get picked on. Well, him and Guilty. And the combo coming out here from Nexus and Samlad. Woohoo, jumping on to Sheckhunter here in the back line. And this looks like it's going to be the game-ending fight here. Is 4 fall for free-to-play here against Ninja Turts, as they did not lose a single member here. And we will end up seeing Game 1 in a 30-minute decisive fashion going over to Ninja Turts. A very, very impressive just team-wide game out of them. So we will look over here at some of the post-game stats here. As looking at the graph, Sam Ladd ends up topping the damage charts quite convincingly with Mr. Buffa second here. Shek Hunter having a very respectful game as well. He was the recipient of quite a few kills, as Mel Passive does help out in that quite well. But yeah, very, very decisive game overall for the side of Ninja Turts. And bless the Rioto gods here with the play again button. And it looks like Free2Play will be taking the red side here for this game 2. So, overall, I think it's a very very, very nicely played game here for Ninja Turts, showing that they have been playing together for quite a while. There's a lot of communication, a lot of team coordination to pull that comp off. So just waiting to see what's going on here with Ninja Turts. Looks like they might be bringing in a sub or their 6th man. So trying to figure that out. But be patient with us. I'll throw some music on. I'm seeing R's in the draft here, so I think we are good. Let me go over to game 2. Oh, we are already started with the draft. Okay, this is what I like to see. So 13-1 and 13 Wowza. Yeah. Samlad had himself a fantastic game overall. Alright, sorry about that. Was taking care of some mod stuff going on here, but oh man, I am so sorry that this did not populate while I was typing. So yeah, here's our draft, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, Ninja Turts kind of picking um a fairly similar comp. Okay, this is Morgana mid. I'm sitting there just like, where is this Morgana? Okay, mid. So Morgana mid, nice little wrinkle here. We've been seeing that come around in the different leagues. Very useful pick. Just can't be moved in lane. It's pretty freaking annoying. Let's just be honest. Um, nice pick into the Nautilus. Ari picked into the Morgana's quite interesting. I don't really see much playmaking coming out of this Ari as I'd like to see out of a pick mid. But it is an option there. I think the way to attack Morgana mid is by picking a lot of scaling lanes into it. It's a champion that really doesn't do much in laning phase. I've had some success in the very few that I've seen with like Asol, Cassio, um, even Smolder to some degree, where you're just kind of just there scaling, uh, and you're just like, hey, Morgana, I'll see you at 25 minutes, and let's see what your team fighting can do. So, Acel's kind of the big one where, like, I see Morgana mid, and I'm like, oh, thank you for the free laning phase, and I really don't have to worry about stacking. I'm just sitting there CSing, and I'll stack under turret, and yeah, just don't int into her, basically, is what it boils down to. But as far as picks that can fight her, there's a lot of picks that can actually fight her. Syndra's really decent. I think she still gets the splinter stacks if you hit her with 2 spells, even if Morgana's not affected by, like, say, the QE stun. Ziggs is not terrible. And Nivea's pretty good into her. The wall, she can't black shield the wall, so you do still kind of cut her off. And, fuck, there was another one I had in mind. Damn it. Mel. Mel is not the worst answer in the world. You do have to make sure you're very disciplined on the W's, but not a terrible answer overall. So, kind of looking at this draft here, you've got the traditional, like, bruiser versus tank top lane. Jungle, you've got 2 fighters in the Viego and the Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao with the Morgana Enchanter is not terrible. Black Shield onto Xin is very good. Smolder, Rel, bot lane. So you have a lot of protection overall for the Smolder. Kind of similar to what Ninja Turts played last comp, where you had a lot of protection, a lot of proactiveness around an 80 carry that can team fight and scale pretty well. Free2Play going with more of a pick comp. The Malphite Nautilus are very good engages. I like the resets built into Ahri Viego is nice. Ahri's not the worst champion with Viego, but it's definitely not the best either. I've seen Lysandras, Vex, Malzahar. Like, Viego loves a lot of CC built into his comps. But the nice Kaisa diving into the backline with the Viego as well. So Malphite pulls the trigger. Nautilus can kind of play the next proactive engage route. And then Viego, Kaisa, Ahri can just single out a target and start the reset city going on. So we'll see how this one ends up going here. For those in the chat, let me think what you like about these comps here overall. So, yeah, overall, I think it's going to be a pretty interesting game here. So, I, again, am going to mute for a majority of the spectator delay, and we will be back with Game 2 here. And, Arresto, if you are here, fingers crossed on this Game 2, because I might just hop over and cast you guys after this. We'll see. If you're still around, brother. But yeah, much love. We'll see you guys back for Game 2. Alright, here we go with Game 2 of Ninja Turts vs. Free2Play 2.0. Ninja Turts did take a pretty decisive Game 1 in about 30 minutes. So with a nice impressive performance by Samlad, going the 13-1 and 13 on the Oriana. Excuse me. So we will see how this game goes. Oh, we do have a big level 1 coming out here. Nice W from Tango Fish to get quite a bit. First blood coming out, though, with the flash from Mr. Buffa. Nexus, though, trying to do his best here. Slow on the gunman. And it ends up being a 1-kill start for Mr. Buffa. And 6 stacks already over to Tango Fish. What a W for Nexus. Hitting all 5 there in this level 1. So, Mr. Buffa getting himself a nice boots start. Was that a charm start by Shek Hunter? Okay. That's different. Guilty Free getting zoned out already here from Mr. Buffa. So, level 2 coming out for Shek Hunter. She ends up... God damn it, Rel. Hook coming out from X-Cuddy. Oh, nice dodge overall from Nexus's W here. Q, though, getting sidestepped from Ari. So, level 2's coming out. Gunman with perfect CS after 2 waves, by the way. Mr. Buffa taking a little turret shot there, but getting some health back with the empowered Q. Guilty Free is going to be under some fire here. Oh, X-Cuddy. I thought he landed that hook, but no, ended up hitting a minion. Nexus, though, getting the Q off, eliminating his shield. Tango getting 2 more stacks for the cause here, as this Smolder is already at 17 stacks by 3 minutes here. 18, 19, 20 stacks here. Now for Tango Fish. So Smolder's going to hit this 25 really quickly. So Samlad, though, getting an early TP coming out from him. Charm coming out from Shek Hunter, but can't get the electrocute proc. Oh, that might still been on cooldown. But still, didn't get too much out of it. Nexus roaming here, so allow Tango to just kind of sit back and absorb this. Gunman, though, pushing it in with X-Cuddy. We're getting some armor here on the Guilty Free. He's going to be able to fight back a little bit better in this lane. Hook coming out here onto Nexus. Double stun coming out as he returns it on the Q. Tango Fish, though, just pelting with abilities here. I think he's already at around 30 stacks here. Yeah, 33 so far. Make that 34. Mr. Buffa getting quite a bit of health back here from that. Charm coming out, excuse me, from Shek Hunter. But he is low on mana. And he should have, yeah, he's got his Lost Chapter back here. Guilty Free, though, ends up getting one back as he was the first to level 6. Actually, one thing to note is when you're pushing minions quickly, they will end up dying quickly. So Guilty Free gets that early level 6 from Mr. Buffa. And all ends him and gets one in return. So Guilty Free already having a much better game than last game as he was picked on quite a bit here. Junglers do end up finding themselves in the bot lane. Hook goes wide for X-Cuddy. Oh, the Begun Man ends up eating forward here and gets focused out from Nexus and Tango. Woohoo ends up picking up one back. Tango ends up getting one. Tango ends up getting the double kill here. So again, some miscommunication coming out of Free2Play here during this laning phase. And I like the Bramble coming out. Woohoo, though, getting singled out here from Shek Hunter as no one else really came to help him do the dragon. And Shek Hunter still keeping this dragon aggroed here with his bot lane coming up. So this will end up being a dragon take for the side of Free2Play. All in coming out from Mr. Buffa, forcing the flash from Guilty. Lots of pings coming from the jungle area here, as it looked like Viego was trying to sneak away this blue buff, but ended up getting sniffed out here from Samlad. Do have a Hex Flash that ended up not going through here for Nexus as he was looking to attack the top side here. Mr. Buffa looks like he's prepping a dive here. Nexus in the area. Guilty Free ends up ulting Mr. Buffa here, but Viego's also in the area and he gets one back here. So nice coverage on the dive coming out from Viego. So Kaisa does end up picking up a plate here in the bot lane. But Tango Fish, again, he's just scaling very nice and slowly here. You know, at 63 stacks. Void Grubs do go over to the side of Ninja Turts here. X-Cuddy in the area here. Ends up getting hooked out. Tango Fish forced a flash, but does get some stacks on his return here. 3 kills over to the side of Renekton, so he's going to be very close to his Black Cleaver here. Until then, I think Guilty Free has decent priority in this game. Hex Flash coming out. Nexus ends up whiffing on the Q here. Oh, coming out onto Tango Fish. Oh, but Gunman ends up getting bursted down from Nexus and Tango. Viego is here in the bottom. Nexus proccing the Aftershock with his ult here. Trying to go after X-Cuddy, but ends up not being able to get it. Shutdown going over to Shek Hunter. Samlad, though, does TP in here. Gets the stun off into the binding. And Viego will end up falling. And X-Cuddy will fall as well here. So 2 going over to Samlad off of that TP. Oh, and Guilty Free ends up ulting Mr. Buffa in the brush as he was looking the back there. Guilty Free says, you can buy now after you are watching this next sequence in colorblind mode. Have fun. So, a lot of fight coming out of Free2Play here, specifically from their top side of the map here. I love Xcuddy's aggressiveness, but it feels like Tango and Nexus are responding to this quite well. And just getting the best of this laning phase here. Samlad, though, should be able to back here. Yeah, he's sitting on 2,300 gold, so he has his first item on this back. And he will most likely transition back to mid. So, Sheckhunter getting that ward here. Samlad just, again, being kind of a nuisance, which is what Morgana does. Has her first item in the Black Fire Torch here. Guilty Free is loaded up on quite a bit of armor here. But I will say Mr. Buffa, with this Black Cleaver, will be able to start to chop this Malphite down. Plate taken from the bot lane here. Oh, Xcuddy with a beautiful flash, honestly. There, that was a pretty far flash. But Guilty Free, though, still having his way up here in this top lane, as he went for kind of the early trinity of the armor items here. This is what you build when you're playing against a fighter here. It just kind of gives you a little bit of everything. Dragon, though, started up from Ninja Turts. TP coming out from both top laners, though. Guilty Free's going to be the first one here. Oh, and he ends up getting binded from Samlad. And here comes the Malphite ult. Nexus ends up falling. Viego Gaming's going to start here. He ends up picking up the Xin Zhao. Mr. Buffa is going to most likely fall here. And now, a nice, well-timed binding coming out of Samlad. And he's playing this Morgana really, really well. And Morgana still has a lot of ratios from jungling, so she ends up finishing up that dragon quite quickly here. So, Viego Gaming started in that fight. He ends up picking 2 kills there. But Samlad, kind of the unsung hero of that fight. Really nice timing on that binding there. So 3 kills over to him now. Mr. Buffa completing his Merc Tread. So now this is the part of the game where Renekton can even out this lane, tank a lot more of this damage here. But it was a nice ult in from Guilty Free once he got rid of the 10,000 year binding from Morgana. So the thing we got to look out now is Tango Fish. Where is he at? 127 on the stacks here at 14 minutes. So about even, maybe I would say just a touch behind. I don't know the metrics for AD Smolder. I know mid lane Smolder, depending on the matchup, can be somewhere in the realm of 8 to 10 to 12 a minute here. Guilty Free, though, kind of caught out up here. Ult's not back up yet, so nice overall gank from the jungler of Free2Play here. I'm sorry, I was mistaken. That was Ninja Turts, this jungler woohoo up in the top lane. Because I seen the Viego bot lane and it just completely like mind warped me. So that was my mistake. Probably one of many. So we are now, I think, just waiting for first turret here. As we see, I believe it was Ninja Turts that got this, and they will end up getting the feats of strength overall here. Woohoo, having the burn ult. Viego, though, running straight into Samlad's binding and ends up getting taken out. And Samlad with a second dark binding in a row here. X-Cuddy gets knocked up right in the middle of his grab. So Samlad having a fantastic series. First on this Orianna, now on this Morgana. It's easier to stack once you hit 120. Yeah, I know Smolder stacks do accelerate once he hits 125, and you're looking at that 19 to 22 minutes. But I know for AD Smolder, it's a little slower. But I mean, we just watched him get what, 5 stacks there. So he is sitting at 162. So yeah, he's still looking like he's on pace for this 19 to 22 minute here. TP coming out of Samlad here. Dark Binding will end up hit here. X-Cuddy trying to do his best. Doesn't even proc the Aftershock with the ult here because of Dark Shield. And Woohoo will end up picking up that kill. Stun coming out. Mr. Buffa trying to do his best to kite all of this out. Guilty Free ends up ulting here. Oh, nice empowered Q here. Oh, and he ends up getting the... Oh, Mr. Buffa turns that around with a double kill in the top lane. Oh, well played by the Croc up top. Ho-ho. That's what Ninja Turts needed right there to kind of seal the momentum in their favor. There was some back and forth going on. We do see Ninja Turts has about a 6k gold lead. But that was the one play that they were just like, yeah, we know we got him. You know, on to the next one, and he ends up turning that around. I'm not a big fan of this Frozen Heart. There's not really much attack speed going on to the side of Ninja Turts. I think Randuin's is just overall much better here. After the ult, proccing it for the slow is decent. Nexus getting caught out here, looking like he was trying to battle for some vision here. But ends up flashing away. Samlad's Dark Binding ends up going to the side here. X-Cuddy getting poked out, and Tanglefish will pick up another one. Shek Hunter, though, on the backside of this fight, does end up finishing out Nexus here. And Mr. Buffa's TP gets stopped from Guilty Free Soul. Sorry. Guilty Free getting ran down here from Mr. Buffa and slowed up. Nice flash, but a follow-up flash from Mr. Buffa. So he ends up catching one topside from Guilty. So Otacon did spawn in the bot lane here. And we're going to have to take another look at the stacks here from Tango Fish. He's at 218, so he will be 225 by the time another objective fight starts up here. So now we're in big trouble if we're free to play here, as we need to find some picks on the Tango Fish before these fights start. Nice charm coming out of Shek Hunter here. As Sam Lad will get jumped on shutdown, going over to the Viego here. A little bit of trading here in the top side. I think Free to Play was looking at potentially starting up this Otacon, but did not. We see Horizon Focus coming out. Nexus getting caught out again onto the Vision here. Let's see if he makes it out. Viego ends up donating the ult here. And now we are looking at potentially Otacon take coming out of Free to Play. Tango Fish is on 225 here. Woohoo is in the area. TP getting burned here from Guilty Free, so they are definitely all inning onto this Otacon. Everybody's in the pit, has a lot of resistances down. Oh, Samlad with a nice Dark Binding here, but all in coming out of Guilty Free. Tango Fish ends up having to ult away. Woohoo trying to zone out Gunman here. Otacon still pretty pissed off here, but Viego will fall, and that's actually a double kill going over, as we did not catch what was on the other side of the fight. That ends up being 3 down for the side of Free to Play. So 24-13 on the kills. They're up by about 7k here. 2 dragons plus Otacon, and they have the feats of strength. So overall, the game is in very, very good shape here for the Ninja Turts squad. So, all in all, sorry about that again. Sometimes it's annoying to be a mod, but it's understandable. We had a lot of games played today, so. Guilty Free getting caught out here in this bot side here. Let's see. He is stalling a little bit. Tango is here, so Ninja Turts just ends up picking up another one here. Unfortunately, it goes to Nexus of all people. But, you know, support love. I get it. So, Smolder is on his 225. Been on that for about 2.5, 3 minutes now. Viego and Ari are kind of the heroes here for Free to Play, if anything were to happen as far as a comeback. You know, Reset City is a thing. X-Cuddy getting caught out again. Looks like trying to fight for some vision. Ult does come out, but Smolder's execute picks up one. And this is where I feel like Smolder also can kind of grind back into a game, is with that execute here. They do have a fairly low DPS comp for Ninja. So, looking around at the items here, we got 3 items on this Fed Crocodile. We have 3 items on the Smolder, completed the IE, which is a massive purchase. You've got basically full build on the Samlad here, though he is look like he's going after, oh my lord. Oh, oh, Gunman, you are not ready for that. As Tango Fish basically just one-shots him. And X-Cuddy will get taken down as well. Big stun coming out of Nexus here. And Smolder Gaming ends up happening as that's a triple triple kill for the Smolder here. And this potentially is going to be the game here. And the ace coming out here. So a really nice series by Ninja Turts as they end up taking out Free2Play 2-0 in this series. Free2Play having a lot of really good things. They just ran into what I would consider to be one of the up-and-coming teams in Group B. And let's see if we can get a potential interview. Let me see what I can get. Alright, let me see. Until then, though, let's move over here to the overlay. And it looks like we will have a interview. Oh, the smolder damage was insane. Malphite damage was actually kind of cracked. The hell? So, but let me see.
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up? How you been?
I'm good, I'm good. How you been?
You know, some exciting games overall.
Thank you.
Introduce
Yeah,
yourself
they
to
were.
the stream if they're not used to this beautiful voice here.
Hi, stream. I'm Sam Lad. I'm mid laner for Ninja Turts, up and coming mid laner. Picked straight out of university. They put me on a 3-year contract, so we'll see how it goes from there. Hopefully, only good things, so I don't have to buy myself out of it. I cost some games with Nexus sometimes, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
What a series that you had there, my friend. How was it playing in that one?
It was good. I forget his name. Enemy mid was pretty solid. Especially that solo kill he got on me by flashing my ulti. But it was just kind of like our top lane, like Brady just went kind of insane. So I mean, I didn't have to really do much. I mean, my jungle that game, I have to give props. Woohoo, absolutely got me going, especially in game one. He was kind of insane. Um, and yeah, pretty much, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Speaking of playmakers, we got the GOAT himself.
Hmm.
I mean, I
Okay.
didn't do too much that series. I think Samlad was laying it down for us. I kind of just sat back and we had a heck of a performance out of our top side. Both of those games, especially game one. That was one of those games as a support, like as an engaged support, when your team is so far ahead, you just get to reap the benefits of engaging on anyone, and it usually just working. So I appreciate the talk there, but that was all my top side.
I mean, I felt like the bot lane there in the first early levels was pretty action packed. Looked like you and X Cuddy, the other support, were not afraid of pulling the trigger.
Yeah, 100%. I think I'd say they
This
actually
was
had the
my
better of
girlfriend.
us early lane. Got to talk to Tango Fish a little bit about some lane positioning. I think that cost us a bit. I think he didn't run cleanse in game one, which we talked about between ourselves was probably the move into the Leona. Cuddy got on top of him multiple times, and they really had the better of us in game one, and game two took some favorable trades early as well. So yeah, we were scrapping it out, and that's exactly how I like to play bot lane. So shout out to Cuddy and Gunman. It was a fun little laning phase to play when we were in lane.
Yeah. What kind of looking at this game one comp here. Is this just something you guys really like to play? Is this all in, just kind of wombo-ish comp?
I think.
Yeah. I mean,
Go ahead, Alex.
pretty much. Anything that kind of pairs. I like to think that we play around mid lane a little bit, as we should. So anything I pick, we just kind of go with. Generally, our jungler picks something kind of bruisery, and then I can just pick whatever. And I think it's also just easier to play when you can just click one button and win a fight, as opposed to like actually having to play the game. So yeah, probably.
Nice. Because I mean, you guys kind of kept a little bit, not so much into it, but played more towards the bot lane and the bruiserish picks with the Morgana supporting, Xin Zhao and Smolder there in game two.
Yeah. I mean, Morgana's just disgusting broken right now.
She has been for a while, honestly.
Yeah. I only found out recently because Lucas told me about it, and then I tried it out, and unfortunately, I have to play it if it means we get a dub. I'm a team player, as they say.
It is very boring to play.
Uh-huh.
Press W on the wave and then roam around and root them up, and then they die.
Yeah,
I love it as the one not playing it. It's great. You
Yeah.
can first pick it as well because it has really a lot of good matchups mid, and you technically have a bit of a flex with jungle as well. So came in handy that game 2 draft.
My whole team was telling me I was a system player when I picked Morgana. Didn't make me feel good.
I mean, that system player came in clutch during that second game dragon fight, where you perfectly time the binding on the Viegos, the Viego consume. I think when he grabbed like Renekton or somebody, because he was primed to take over that fight, and that's kind of what their team comp wants to do, is with the resets with Ari Viego, and you just completely put a stop to that. So that was a very well timed binding there.
Thank you.
But yeah, looking ahead though into the rest of the season, is there any teams or anybody you're looking forward to playing against, and why is it Instinct?
I actually have no idea who plays with Instinct. Well, I don't know if we played them before. I'm personally excited to play Femboy Jellyfish again. I really had fun. We scribbed them, I think, like 3-4 weeks ago, and I had a lot of fun playing against Ririka because they just like go balls to the wall mid lane, and I like playing like that way as well. So that's a fun matchup I'm looking forward to.
We've had some scrims against Femboys as well. Ririka is a tough cat in the mid lane, but he's not afraid to brawl and button check people. So
that's my favorite type. So that's why I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
As long as we can tell them that their jungler can stay away from mid lane, my jungler will stay away, and then we'll just play that way.
Okay, I dig it. I mean, you guys get them in week 5, so
Yeah, our schedule is honestly fascinating. I feel like we ramp up in difficulty, especially the last 3 weeks. Just based off early gauges into power rankings, I think we have Ghosts next week. Should be fun to go up against Hairwick.
4th, by the way.
Yeah, that may be a little high. We're here for it, but I think True Test, like I said, week 5 is probably what we're all having our eyes on right now, just because that is, I think, a traditional top team, Femboy Jellyfish. I think that matchup's going to be pretty interesting, like Sam Ladd was saying, playing around mid lane and Ririka's kind of aggressiveness. I'll touch on the Instinct thing. That is the team we played, Alex. That's the game you hit the shuffle on after going like 0-8 on a year.
One game. It's a 2-1 game.
Yeah. So I think they're very fun to play, Instinct, because they are probably the most complete team in the whole league. Just top to bot position wise. I don't think there's a clear, necessarily quote unquote weak point that you would attack. I think you kind of just have to bring your A game and show up everywhere for it to transition into a win. I think we've had success, in our very small sample size in certain team fights against them. And so expecting, if we can stabilize lanes and bring it to that spot where it does come down to these late game team fights where we're relatively even in gold, I think that's our best chance and kind of our early game plan going into that series. Granted, that's a few weeks away. But those are all going to be very exciting matchups as we are probably like a fringe playoff team. And so looking forward, every match counts in a 6-game season. And, those are definitely the big ones.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're looking at the YouTube chat, but Arpies has Sombrero versus Instinct on the Twitch channel, and game 1, I heard was a surprise. So, the
I
Sombrero
guess I gotta
team,
watch that then.
yeah, the Sombrero team might be something to watch out for. But no, I'm 100% with you guys, and I agree with Nexus totally. I think Instinct top to bot is an absolute just powerhouse of a team. But I'm not. I mean, you guys look really, really freaking strong right now too. So I'm gonna be very excited to see how you guys end out this season.
I mean, I do think we're getting better. I mean, some of us have played together before. We're just like friends, so we just play whenever. But I think the more we play with each other, pause. I don't know. I just feel like our synergy's getting better. We don't have to like call everything out minutely. So I'm excited to play against strong teams now at this point, as opposed to last season where we were just getting clapped.
Though I mean, there was still a lot of love for you guys. We could see that you guys were in what most would consider the group of death. You were like both 3 Group A teams tied at 4 and 2. 2 of them made it to the finals. Like that's a rough group you guys got. But there's a lot of talent in both of these groups this split, so I'm very excited to see how it all shakes out. But Rurika in the chat actually saying they scrimmed Sombrero and they're very strong as well. So
Yeah, maybe we should pull up a scrim against them, Lucas.
I'll see what I can do, man. I don't know. I don't know how many people want to scrim same group members. That's not an issue for us. But yeah, we'll drop something and maybe keep things behind the scenes there, obviously. But they definitely seem like a fun team to watch. I haven't watched their full series, but they are, I think, undefeated right now, and that doesn't come accidentally. They took 1 game off Team Ghost and then currently up 1-0 Instinct. So we're gonna obviously tune into that series and really have something to watch.
yeah, you can check that out on Arpies' personal channel. As he left the Twitch open because Hairwick is going to go live with another series, and then I might actually do another series. We might get all 6
Did
series.
we actually get it all done?
I think if I was gonna join Hairwick, but I'll grab the other series. So we will have all 5 series today casted.
That's
Wow.
exciting.
So
How do they do it? These guys, incredible.
I mean, you're part of this too now, man. There's no you can't discredit yourself, and I mean you brought along Samlad as well. So
Yeah. We'll work on our casting. We know it's a tough road to climb. I put in the Discord chat apologizing to all the casters. Didn't realize how hard it was, but I'm working on it. I'm doing my vocal exercises, the do re mi whatever.
yeah, as my wife sometimes will say, you love to talk and you found some way to use that ability well. I don't know if it's a compliment or an insult, but
No, I'm sure she means it with love.
well, depends on the day, but yeah. But yeah, you guys played really, really well. I love the cohesiveness from your guys' team, and I think that's getting showcased quite a bit this split already. So I'm excited to see how these games go for you guys, and really,
Thank you.
really good. So, but yeah, I'll let you guys go. I know you two specifically have had a very long day, so.
All in day's work. It's chill.
All
We're
right.
just playing League and talking.
Yep. Well, we'll probably see you guys in the chat for a couple of these series here. So.
Oh, 100%. Thanks for the cast.
Oh,
Thanks for
Yeah,
the
thank
interview,
you.
CLT.
oh,
And
much love
until
to you
next
guys.
time.
Yeah, yeah. Till next time, gentlemen.
Bye. Thank you.
Deuces. And that was the support and mid. Our two goats that'll join the casting booth every now and then, Nexus and Samlad. And a very, very exciting series against Free2Play here as they take it 2-0. It was a very impressive showing for them. And Free2Play, I mean, they scrapped. I think they got a lot of good things that they showcased here. They just, get some more games and just steadily improved. This league is no joke. And there's a lot of really, really talented teams overall. So I love what I see out of them overall. But yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I have about 5 minutes before the other series, which I will be casting here on the YouTube. So come back and refresh for Capachungus versus Vancouver Impact. And we'll see you guys then. Deuces.